All right. Don't be going crazy with this goddamn bottle because I don't have it.
Yeah, I'll let you. Do you want to pour it now?
Oh, I don't care.
Seriously, if it's a hard to get, I'd rather you pour it.
It's not a hard to get. It's not available anymore.
You pour it. I don't want that responsibility. Like, I respect you and I appreciate all you've given me over the last 2 years. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I can't get this anymore. Let's drink it all. Whatever you give me. Oh, that's plenty.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle. With me always is Randy. What up, Saucy?
What is up? I feel saucy.
I know. I'm
sassy saucy.
We just got off a really good episode with the Buckhorn, Jesus Christ, with the Bourbon Hunters.
Try that again. Yeah, we did
with the Bourbon Hunters.
During this whole quarantine routine we did. Obviously, we've dropped episodes out of schedule. We have recorded different ways through Zoom. We've recorded with other. We just did an episode with Bourbon Hunter. Podcast.
We did. We just got off that episode, and it was it's so good. I don't know why Tyler doesn't listen to his own shows. I don't know why he's only on half the episode. It was. We so Tyler. Good. I can't wait till we can do.
Tyler's
it in
more of a special guest on that podcast.
I like Tyler even more now.
Oh, dude, I had a blast with Tyler. He cracked me up.
He is such a fat kid in a skinny man's body.
He would say something really funny and then get on his phone for 20 minutes.
It's a lot. It's like looking at you half the time. Jeez.
I'm the Tyler of our podcast.
You are.
Yeah, no, we just got off talking with Dude and Tyler, the Bourbon Hunters. Great podcast. They went and did the Bourbon Trail to kick off their podcast. They're relatively new, but have a good following.
They did. They have a lot more listeners than we have.
Yeah.
So we need to fix that.
Almost 2 years. We're working on it.
We're working on it.
But
we've been doing a lot more posting. I've been hitting the Instagram stories like hard with the Tiger King and some other things.
Tiger King
in coronavirus stuff. Just because if I find if I think it's funny,
we're going with it.
Then I'm going with it. And I don't care who is offended at this point. Yeah, like I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it on the story. That's basically
how our show is anyway.
I mean,
if you're offended, that's a you problem.
It's tongue in cheek anyway. So
we say email us, but don't tell us you're offended because we will not reply.
I don't care. I love our listeners, but I could care less if they're offended.
Well, I've told you the last few weeks I've had people message me or see my comments deleted that they've been offended, and I'm at the point now where I'm like, you know what? It was especially when it's not my intentions.
Ready? I know exactly what you're going to say. Here's a dick. You can eat it.
Okay, that's not exactly what I was going to say.
No, I'm pretty sure there's a bag of them. And you can have a cookie.
Yeah, I also don't disagree.
Let's see.
But yeah, no, that was a great episode, and this whole coronavirus thing, man, this quarantining and Zooming. Like I had my extended family on my mom's side did a Zoom thing last night. As we're recording this will air weeks later.
Yeah.
Probably by the time this airs, we'll be on like full house arrest.
Well, I'm already on full house arrest essentially.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's I think we had 16 different families on or something.
Holy shit.
Well, I mean, my grandparents had 5 kids.
Well, right.
They all got married.
I get
now
that. Now
we're all having kids. So it's we have, both of my grandparents, both sides of my family, 5 kids.
That's a lot.
And then once they get married and have kids, that's the generation I'm in. And then, Yeah. But yeah, it was really cool because I got to see some of my cousins and their kids that I haven't seen since Christmas, basically, in person. And growing up, we all went to the same church together. We're still a pretty tight knit family. Like we will bash each other, we will fight with each other, but don't mess with us, kind of thing. Kind of like you and your sister are.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't matter that you guys are states apart. Don't mess with us. Like you'll pick on Sarah and she'll pick on you, but
you can't pick on Sarah.
Exactly. If I was to say something to Sarah, aggressively, which I wouldn't because I love Sarah.
Yeah, she's
great. You would have her back. That's how we are, and rightfully so. And it was just cool to see them and their kids, and of course, Judd was fascinated, so he kept making elephant noises, and
of course.
One of the my aunt and uncle have horses, so they were showing their grandkids who were on from their house, with their horse riding and all their 4-H stuff. So then Judd, who's one, was going nay, real loud and blowing up the chat, So
But kids are the best.
Oh, dude, he's so well. We've got Huck who's 6, and he says the most random things. Like yesterday, we're going out to mom and dad's, and we go down a road that's got an old canal by it, and he calls it the Rock Bridge Way because there's a quarry and there's this bridge that shoots rocks, and it comes from it goes over the quarry, under the road, or over the canal, under the road to the quarry.
Yeah.
And when it's moving, you can see it's a belt. It's a conveyor belt.
It's a conveyor belt.
And we go that way. He always wants to go that way because there's like a little waterfall in the canal. And we always, like when we were heading back from mom and dad's, we saw 26 turtles. Like he just loves that stuff.
For whatever reason, water fascinates kids. Waterfalls.
Yeah, it
like,
does.
You're driving down the road. Like,
they love it.
It's a waterfall. Like,
yeah.
It's not really. Yes, it's a waterfall.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 2 feet. But the
water is falling.
We're getting ready to leave and head out to mom and dad's yesterday. And there's someone we've been quarantined with, essentially. They're one of my few people I've had contact with on the regular. And he said, "Hey, are we on the Rock Bridge Way?" And I went, "Yes, sir." And he went, "Actually, you need to call me Transformer Huck." He didn't want to be called sir. I was like, "Okay, yes, Transformer Huck."
That's such a mouthful, though.
It is.
Transformer Huck.
It is. And then Judd is just, he's a trip at one. He's with Huck, we never had issues. Like when Beth told me she was pregnant after 7 years of trying, and if you're a longtime listener of our show, you kind of know my story. But we were told we'd never have kids, and then we did, and lovingly so. We were excited. And the night Beth told me, I got up and started doing dishes because I'm like, this house is a mess. We can't have a kid here.
You started nesting, not her.
Yeah, she's like, we have 9 months because I'm like, I'm a safety guy. I've been an electrician. I've worked in facility maintenance. So I'm like thinking outlets, cabinets, like things babies don't need to be in.
Oh, see, Huck, I didn't do any of that
Huck
shit for
never
either
got
kid.
into any of that. Well, yeah. And that's why.
And they're great.
They're fine.
They're just jumping off of things and learning their...
But Huck wouldn't eat food off the floor. He didn't mess with any chemicals under the sink. He didn't mess with outlets. Judd, I would look at him and he unplugged a nightlight and I was like, stop, that's not for Judd. If I told Huck, stop, that's not for Huck, at 1.5 years, he'd stop. Judd literally looked at me and started sticking his finger in the outlet.
Second kid.
Exactly. Which, again, I'm not going to get into all my personal details. He's technically our 4th. We lost 2.
Right. But
he's our second living, breathing here kid, and he literally will look at you and just be like, "Oh, you don't want me to do this?" He'll pull that lever.
Yep.
He'll whatever it is.
Yep.
So in the being quarantined, Beth hasn't done. She works only on Fridays. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's been home. The boys have been home. We haven't taken them to the parks. We haven't taken them out to a lot of family, friends, and all this.
I haven't taken the girls to any parks.
Yeah, they're all closed down now.
Well, now they are, but prior to this, they weren't. And I'm just like, can we go? And I'm like, no.
And it's getting to the point where they both drive me nuts, but at the same time, some of the stuff they do drives me nuts. It's so funny.
Oh, it has been.
It's just hilarious. And we're getting ready to. We're supposed to move in the next week. So yeah, my life right now, we're quarantined at work. Some places I can get into, some places I can't. I'm supposed to travel the state. My kids are a mess because we tried to get them outside. We were doing bubbles and we did haircuts outside even. We did our own haircuts and just trying to navigate through this time. But it's been unique. So to be able to have these breaks where I can do a podcast, even over Zoom or whatever we used to record, it's nice to see other people. The coolest thing I think about the quarantine is seeing people step up across the world, mainly in America. Companies, and we touched on it before, distilleries are making hand sanitizer and all this, but even on a more personal scale, seeing families go, okay, we can't get together. My family some of us didn't see each other except Thanksgiving and Christmas. We did a Zoom thing and people got on. And it's just cool to see, like, hey, we want to interact. I think it's helping us as Americans appreciate what we do have.
We do. Yeah, I will agree with that. I will say from my side of things, as far as this goes, like, I don't really have any family. I have my sister. I have my aunt. I am, as morbid as this sounds, I'm kind of glad that my grandmother passed away when she did, to not have to deal with this.
Well, yeah,
not that she was mobile anyway. I mean, she was confined to her.
You're just saying
her recliner.
It would have been terrifying.
This would have been this whole pandemic thing would have been a shit show.
Yeah, with her,
and having nurses come in, and I'm glad that
Yeah. I can
for that aspect, I'm glad that it's like she passed when she did, because this is fucking awful.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, like, I was born in '80, so I'm a Gen Xer by
barely.
by barely. But I trained for this since 1983. Like, I have been playing video.
I was born.
Which is that's when the Nintendo Entertainment System came out. I mean, I had an Atari before that. I have been training for this for 37 years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm used to this.
But is it different now that you have to stay home?
Kind of.
Because I feel like,
but I'm different than most people. I have 5 acres. I can go out and roam around. I can go over to the neighbor's house and fish.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even have to be there. I just go out there, grab my fishing pole, and go fishing.
You took the girls, you fished. You didn't come in contact with anybody else.
Well, and with the neighbors, like, I know that he's not doing anything. Like, his work that he's doing for electrical, they're in unoccupied houses. So he's not interacting with anybody. It's him.
So it's pretty limited that
it's limited that he's going to interact with anything. So I'm not so much concerned about him. And I took the girls fishing the other day. Like, we went out. I didn't catch shit. They caught every fish in the goddamn pond.
I was say they looked like they had some good catches.
Jesus, they were catching bass. They were. Now
you guys
aren't.
You're throwing all these back, right?
Yeah, they're all throwbacks. For now, they will be edible in like a year or two. But for now, I mean, they're catching small, like 1 and 2 pound bass.
Yeah,
and the little guys and bluegill only get so big.
Yeah, I was saying
so I mean, they're catching.
Could eat it if you had to.
Well, and that's the plan is to eat them eventually. But bluegill are like piranha. Like, I sat and watched these little bastards. Harley would cast her. She's got a hell of a cast, by the way, for a 7-year-old. She
don't surprise me. I feel like she's going to be the fighter of your two girls.
She is already. She's already
more feisty.
She beat the hell out of Lexi the other day. But like, she would reel it in and let it sit, and these bluegill would attack the bobber, not the hot dog bait that we were using.
So basically anything that hit the water.
So anything that hit the water, they're like piranha. They just they hit whatever they can see. But they did all the fishing. Like, I would cast out and I wouldn't catch shit. Like, I didn't catch a single fish the entire time. And there's bluegill, crappie, bass, and catfish in this pond. And it's about a 1 acre pond. I did, however, slice my finger open really well.
I was going to ask what you
were going to ask about my finger.
Yeah. Well, I saw when I first walked in. Then we did the episode with the bourbon hunters. That went kind of long. And
so I was trying to. So we have lead sinkers, like old lead sinkers from like the 80s.
Asbestos sinkers.
Yeah, you have to squeeze them on with a pair of pliers.
Yeah.
So I was trying to build, but the only way to get them off is to pry them off with a knife. And I was prying it off, and it slipped, and it went through the meat of my index finger up through my knuckle.
Wow.
So I've got probably a 2-inch gash on my finger that probably needs a stitch or two that I'm not even bothering with.
You're like, whatever.
I'm like, I don't care.
Well, at least you type for a living, so.
Yeah. Well, typing with 9 fingers as opposed to 10
I was going to say, what happens if that got infected and you lost that finger?
Well,
what if you lost that hand?
Oh, I'd be fucked. Well, it's my left hand. I'm fine.
But typing would still be hard. I mean, you used to cook and eat and
I can type with the right hand.
Wipe your butt.
I wipe my ass with the right hand.
Yeah.
So I can still type. I can still, but the first thing I did this morning when I woke up is I took the bandages off and I sniffed. I'm like, it doesn't smell like almonds. We're good.
That's so gross.
I know. It's just like, want to smell my finger?
No, never.
But anyway,
the answer to that question is always no.
Is always
if
it's
anybody
always
says,
yes.
Ask, do you want to smell my finger? It's always no.
Yes. Can I bring it over here? Stick it under my nose. All right. So we have something that I don't think we've ever done on the show, and it's something that I've been sitting on for probably 2 years.
Yeah, I didn't even know you had it.
Well, it's something I don't drink it that often because it's so hard to get, and I know that. So we're gonna do two today,
which you've said. You never buy anything that you don't intend to drink.
Oh, I drink everything. Doesn't matter what it is.
You've lately been you've been on a buying freeze, which it's convenient. You went on a buying freeze right before coronavirus.
I went on a buying freeze
so
like in April.
Thin out your collection.
Like last April. I've been on a buying freeze for almost a year. The only thing I've bought in the past year, other than the Virgil cane when I was down in Myrtle Beach, was the bottle of Screwball.
Yeah.
I haven't bought. I bought
which
Virgil
is
Cane.
peanut butter, $25.
Yeah, I bought Virgil Cane and I bought Screwball, and that's it.
That's it.
Like, I'm trying to drink through what I have. I don't want to be that guy that has 800 bottles of shit and can't drink through it. I want to enjoy what I have.
Don't say can't, because that just sounds like a challenge to me.
It is a challenge. I mean,
So,
800 bottles of alcohol and trying to drink through it is plus a
build up to
beer
that?
a beer full of fridge or
a
a
beer
beer full of fridge, a fridge full of beer. God damn it! A fridge full of beer.
We're gonna have to have a massive Buckhorn
and
party
wine
after this. We're gonna invite everybody that's been on our show. We'll have down after Coronades is gone.
So it'll be me, UGW, and DJ.
No, both Derek's, DJ, GW.
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean
Tyler. We'll get Mo down here. I mean, we've been meaning to have him on. We haven't.
Oh, we'll get Mo on.
But we'll get Mo. Like, we could have a good 10-person party out here and just have fun and barbecue and record as we grill out, man.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have Derek and we'll have.
That's what I'm saying. We'll have me,
we'll
Derek,
have Derek
Derek
and Mo go head to head because they both smoke meat.
So does GW.
Oh my God, we could have
a smoking meat.
We could
in
have
our
a
mouth
head to head touching tips smoke out, meat smoke out.
Yeah. Now I've had anything Mo's made, so I can't say
Mo's
anything
is fantastic,
good or bad.
Mo's is
but
great. I've had Mo's.
The best smoked brisket I've had in my entire life have come from Derek at Smokeout Bar. I'm wearing the
You're
shirt
wearing
right
a shirt right now.
Smokeout Barbecue, and then GW, who we've had on the show in the past.
Yeah.
They make theirs differently, so it's hard to say one's better than the other.
No, I would not even compare. You can't. So it's just like when I say you can't compare whiskey, like
the wheat and
a wheat to a corn. You can't do that because everybody smokes their stuff different.
Both of their briskets would be 5 out of 5 donuts for me.
Yeah, I mean,
they taste different, but they're both 5 out of 5.
And it's because of the spices that they use.
Yeah, it's different.
So,
it's a whole different prep.
And with that, what we're drinking or tasting tonight, I shouldn't say drinking. What we're tasting is a Woodford Reserve barrel finished rye. It is a Kentucky straight rye whiskey. It's 90.4 proof, so it's 45.2%. And it was bottled spring 2018.
So this has been bottled.
So I've been sitting on this.
You've had this for a couple years,
but it's only a 350 milliliter bottle. It's not a 750 bottle. Yeah, it's a small bottle,
half size.
Or 375. Sorry, not 350. It starts in a new oak barrel and finished in a heavy toasted barrel.
Ooh,
which means they char the shit out of that barrel before they.
Now is this the double oaked?
No. Okay. I'm still trying to get a bottle of double oaked. Okay, I know Dude has a bottle.
Just listen to the Bourbon Hunters on that.
Which looks like this bottle.
Okay, so this is the double oaked, which they mentioned on that episode, but they had double oaked.
This is a rye. This is a double oaked. This, the other one we're going to try today, is a double oak.
You said this was aged in the. Obviously, it's a bourbon, so it's aged in new white oak.
It starts in a new oak barrel and finished in a heavy toasted new oak barrel. It is a double oak. It is a double barreled bourbon
so it's a double barrel,
or whiskey, but it's a rye, not a bourbon.
So it's not the double bourbon then. I gotcha.
No.
Okay.
No. So we're gonna do this one first, and I feel really bad for giving you some.
I made you pour it for a reason.
I did. I know, and I gave you a pretty heavy hand on it.
Before the episode, Martelle poured his, and then he went to hand it to me and said, "Now listen, I will never be able to buy this again." And I said, "I'm not pouring it." As he pours himself more.
I know.
We haven't even started. You're like, a little more.
I'm giving myself some more.
But I did not want to take this from you. Honestly,
no, this is it, and I'm fine with it.
Well, but to be fair, it's like that single barrel I brought on.
Right.
You know, the Evan Williams single barrel. I'll never get that again.
Right. And this is
so we share.
This is a laboratory experiment, essentially, is all this is. That's what these little bottles from Woodford are. They have this,
they want
this
to try
style of label on
and
it.
they said, "We'll never do this again. Here you go."
Other than the double oak.
That's the one they did.
That comes in this same bottle every time. This, I love this.
Okay.
I'm not. I like ryes. But I'm not like, oh my God, I gotta go get. I don't run out and buy ryes. If this came in a straight 750 milliliter bottle, I would run out and grab it up 2 or 3 of them.
Okay, now I'm a big Woodford fan.
That good, and I'm a huge. I like Woodford. I like I like Buffalo Trace's stuff. This I would run out and buy if I could get it in a 750 milliliter bottle. It's good. It's that good. It's surprisingly that good.
Okay.
And you haven't tried it yet.
No.
I've drank an entire bottle almost.
Yeah. over 2 years.
Over a 2-year period.
So you've had it, so you know what you think about it.
We're running out of stuff to try on the show. So
we are. We're digging deep in the pockets.
Yeah, I dug real deep into a very limited run bottle.
That smells nice.
Doesn't it? Give that a big inhale and then try it and tell me what you think.
I'm trying to smell just through the nose and then through the nose and the mouth. They say open your mouth and get the true feel.
I want a candle of it. Like, it's one of those things, like, there isn't many things I want a candle of. I want a candle of this.
Yeah, this smells to me.
I can't pinpoint it.
If I had to make a bourbon candle or bourbon candy or bourbon leather treatment, something that smelled bourbony, this is what I'd want to smell like.
This is exactly what you want.
On the nose, this is wonderful.
No one gives it, like, when this comes to smelling Blanton's, who cares? When this comes to smelling Weller, who cares? When this comes to smelling anything else, this is the
rich.
Oh, fuck! I just spilled some. This is what you want when you're smelling a bourbon. It's sweet.
Yeah,
it has a very sweet smell. It's not harsh.
You get a little toffee. I smell kind of a peanut.
Yes,
smell aroma. The toffee and peanut to me is what I'm getting mainly out of it. Are you licking the table?
No.
You just licked the table, didn't you?
Nope.
I couldn't see because your laptop was like, don't lie.
Nope.
Be honest with our listeners.
Oh, I fucking licked the table. Are you shitting me? I ain't letting it go to waste.
You're my hero.
It tasted like It tasted like whiskey and veneer. It tastes like whiskey in the 90s.
I just love the fact that you were full on in the middle of a sentence, like, or a conversation talking, and then I couldn't see you behind the laptop screen.
Yeah,
I'm like, he's licking
I'm
the
snorting
table.
it. Anyway, this is the smell that you want when you think of a whiskey.
Yeah, it's
like beyond anything else. Like, I don't care anything else you've ever had. This,
it's like when you smell a fine cigar versus like a black and mild.
Yeah.
You want the fine cigar smell.
Yes.
You want the sweet aroma. You want the pleasing.
Yes.
Not a harsh, burning, smoky scent. This right here, you get a little oak, but not the burnt.
No.
It doesn't smell like campfire. This is a little oaky. It's nutty. It's so good on the nose.
And when you taste it,
I'm afraid to drink it.
You're going to be like, your response is going to be like, this is not a rye. It doesn't have that rye.
It doesn't smell like rye.
Burn. It is very much a sweet rye, as I would. That's the only thing I can call it. It's a sweet rye. It's not harsh.
Dude, that is one of the smoothest, most balanced, most well-made bourbons we've had.
Yeah. It's not a bourbon. That's the best part. It's a rye. It's a whiskey.
That is amazing. I
have been holding off on you for 2 years on this bottle.
Because we've been at it almost 2 years.
We have been.
This is fantastic.
I know.
This is up there. I'm not going to lie.
This is definitely, and so in our rating system, I would definitely give this a 4. The problem is I can't because who knows if it's going to be availability. The availability is part of that process, and I don't know that this is going to be available
what
ever
did you
again.
pay for this 375 milliliter bottle?
A fucking arm and leg.
Did you really? How much?
I paid $60 for this 375 milliliter bottle.
So that'd be $120 for a full. $100 to $120 probably for a $750.
But it's not mass produced. So if they mass produce it, it may be a $40 bottle.
True.
When it's all said and done. This isn't mass produced. This was
It's so hard to rate this.
Here we go.
Unique and rare.
So I'm gonna give it a 4. Because if you see a bottle like this, and I will put it up on our Instagram, if you ever see a bottle in this
collecting
shape,
dust in some small town somewhere.
Yeah, if you ever see a bottle of this shape from Woodford, I don't give a shit what it is. Buy it, whatever the cost is. If it's $60 for the bottle, pick it up because this is one of the best ryes I've ever had.
Around here, my Glencairn, and just looking at it, the color, the viscosity of it. I'm glad you said 4. Then you said I can't give it a 4, and then you did give it a 4. I'm glad you said that. I'm giving it a 4.
I'm giving it a 4.
This is something you should go look for. If you see this out there, get it.
If you see this out there, call me because I'll drive to wherever it is.
Yeah, and our longtime listeners know we don't go to 4 often. No. 4 is reserved. 4 anything from 4 to 5, 4, 4.5, or 5 is reserved for Virgil Cane, 2-Bitch, and now this. This is cream of the crop.
This is good. Like,
this is the best rye I've ever had.
Absolutely, hands down, it's the best rye I've ever. But what I will say,
good.
No, and what I will say is any bottle that you find that is of this shape with this type of label, I don't care what it is, buy it.
It's sitting here in this Glencairn. It's so pretty.
I know. It's beautiful.
The tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. It's so good.
I can't say the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips.
Honestly, I thank you for sharing this with me today. I don't know if 2 years ago I would have appreciated it as much as I do, to be honest with you.
Good. I'm glad. So that's why
my
I'm
taste
glad I held
has
up
evolved over the last couple years. Because we've had some good ones, we've had some bad ones.
We've had some really bad ones.
And I think we've both learned and grown a lot.
Absolutely.
Over the last few years of tasting, we've done more research and studying, and I'm actually considering doing the legwork to become
a sommelier.
Yeah, it's not called sommelier.
It is. It's a bourbon sommelier. It's like a whiskey sommelier.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I said in an episode a few back, if you look up bourbon sommelier, there's a crap school out there that gives you like
there's that shitty school in Texas.
So I don't want to say sommelier, but a bourbon expert or a bourbon connoisseur.
Well, a wine sommelier is someone who can taste the difference between wines.
Yes,
red wines and white wines.
The true term sommelier is specific to wine.
It is.
When you go to get the bourbon or whiskeys, though, they call you an expert.
Whatever.
So I don't want to say, because when you look up bourbon sommelier, and I did a lot of research because I was intrigued and I wanted it. There are a couple people that have no idea what they're talking about that are marketers that are ruining the name bourbon sommelier.
Yeah, well, fuck those people down in Texas.
Right. So
with this,
the more I'm getting into it, the more I'm learning, the more I think I appreciate it more.
I want a candle.
I want a candle. I want another bottle of this. Candle. This is fantastic. This is up there with me with the Virgil Cane Ginger, the Electric Owl.
Yeah.
This is with the 2-Bitch. What was the bottle that I got that they shipped us that you gave me? The golden.
Oh, the Eureka Gold.
Eureka Gold.
Yeah.
This is up there with that, which I like more than you did. You liked it.
I liked it.
Your favorite of theirs.
It was not my favorite.
So I took the Eureka Gold. You kept the other.
I kept the small bark with
I wish I still had that. But this here is one of the best bottles for bourbons you've ever poured me.
Yeah,
this is a solid 4 out of 5.
I am happy that you are on par with me with this.
Yeah, this is insanely good.
I've held off on this for a while.
Reserve, I've had a couple different Woodfords, but not a lot. But the Woodford Reserve was the first true bourbon I was ever introduced to by Sean. He liked it so much when we had the farm and we were working out there. We got 2 dogs that we adopted,
and you got the dogs drunk.
We did. We got them hammered. No, but one of them already had a name. The other one we got to name. We named him Woodford. We called him Woody for short, but Woodford is still to this day his name. And it's funny because he's like a chocolate lab mix kind of thing, so he kind of looks like a bourbon collar.
Yeah.
But Woodford Reserve was the first true bourbon I ever had, and I like it. But this is next level.
We'll take another drink of it because we have another Woodford Reserve to do.
We do. But
I know.
So good.
You know what? It's to be enjoyed with friends.
It is.
Cheers, motherfucker.
All right. Cheers. That was aggressive.
I'll just tap it off the bottle. So it's not. I didn't say shoot it. I said take a drink. Christ.
Dude, that's good.
I know. It's so good. So the other one we have
there, just the oh man, that taste that right there is my ideal. If it was more readily available,
it's not harsh. It is amazing.
Here's the thing: if I could go buy that today, leaving here, that would be a 5. That would be my cream of the crop.
Oh, absolutely! It would be a 5. It'd be up there with the Virgil Cane and the 2-Bitch.
Fantastic.
So
that's so good.
I'm pouring right now the double oaked. So that we can kind of...
Now, this is more readily available.
This is more readily available, and it is one of those things where I don't want to compare apples to oranges, but we're going to compare apples to oranges.
I think I just got a leg cramp reaching for that.
Like I said, I don't want to compare apples to oranges, but...
We should probably start with this, because I don't think this can beat that. I don't know. I've never had it.
It's not going to. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to. But... because it comes from the same distiller, we're comparing what they make on an experimental level versus what they put out. So readily available, mass produced, readily available type of thing. Double oak is my favorite. I have not had anything. I mean, other than this special bottle that we have now, I have not had their regular bottle of bourbon.
Yeah,
from Double Oak, from Woodford Reserve. So
this is a Woodford Reserve Double Oak Barrel Finish Select. Same proof.
Same proof. But this is,
and it's also finished in a second oak barrel.
Right. We're going from a rye that started in a new oak barrel to move to a toasted new oak barrel.
Yeah, it says
from
bourbon.
a bourbon that is started in a new oak barrel and has moved to another new oak barrel.
Yeah, it says finished in new, heavily toasted, lightly charred.
Right.
So I think I need to learn the difference between toasted and charred.
But I think charred is literally the, like, when you catch something on fire and you're holding it and you see, like, it crinkles and gets wrinkly in your hand and turns black and turns to charcoal.
I mean, this was selected by Chris Morris, their master distiller. So, I've always been a fan of Woodford Reserve, but that last one was next level. So we're going to try this Barrel Finish Select, double oaked. I've seen this bottle.
Oh yeah, that bottle's readily available.
Price point I think is around the $45-$50.
For the double oaked, I think it's like $59.99.
Okay,
I think
so 60-ish.
They have another, like.
I was gonna say they have so many different.
They have different ones. They have a rye. They have a wheat. They have.
Well, and I told you I've seen the rye, and you said not this bottle.
Not this bottle.
And I said okay, and then you put it out, and I was like, okay, what is that? Because I've never seen that bottle.
Yeah, so
you should say, man.
I'm gonna save the bottle.
I'm kind of sad that even though it's been 2 years and it's a tiny bottle, I'm sad you'd have that little left.
But we have to drink it. I mean, or else whiskey goes bad.
It's like in the documentary Neat on Netflix, I believe we talked about. One of the guys that is a master distiller at one of the big distilleries had a bottle of Pappy or some age like 20-something years.
Yeah.
And he opened it and poured him and his brother and his dad a drink and then put it away. And his dad said, "What are you doing?"
Exactly.
And he said, this is like, I could get like thousands of dollars for this. He said, bourbon was meant to be enjoyed with those you love.
Right.
So they finished off the bottle between three of them that night, and then 6 months later his dad died.
Hey, Randy.
So it's like,
I just gave you, out of one bottle that I had that's never going to be available again, a pour.
You did, and I appreciate that.
It means I love you.
That means are we still acquaintances, or are we...
We're still acquaintances.
We're like acquaintances plus now.
Yeah, acquaintance plus, because we still don't talk throughout the week.
No, that's what, and we talk about this to other people, but not really much on here.
Yeah, so
we don't script shows. I literally will Facebook message Martelle funny links. He's unfollowed me on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I don't follow Randy on Facebook.
Posts.
I can't.
We don't
stand
text
to
each
see
other.
any of the
Do I even
bullshit
have your
that he
phone number?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I was like,
we're at least that far.
I would say we usually just use Facebook Messenger. I'll send funny links to him. He doesn't even respond.
No, I'll
I'll find out days later
he's
seen him, and it's either he saves it for the show. Like I'm trying to sit. The only stuff I send to Martelle, because I know how much he likes Facebook, is stuff that, and he knows it. If I send to him, it's, hey, look at this. Should we use it for the show? But I don't ask him that. I just send a link. And then I'll show up on whatever day we choose to record.
Thursday, Saturday,
and he goes, okay,
Sunday.
Here's what we're talking about, or what are we talking about, or he'll pull up some links, and we go. We are not. We don't hang out outside of the podcast.
There's no going to the bar. There's like, Randy's not coming over here and hanging out and having a whiskey with me. I mean, like,
if you invited me to dinner, I'd bring the wife and kids, but we haven't. It's been almost 2 years.
Right, but that's not something that I do, though. Like, I don't invite my neighbors over.
We don't either.
Like,
we don't go places. People we've known for 20 years, we don't go to their house for dinner through the week.
My 40th birthday's coming up, and I asked, Liz said, well, what do you want to do for your 40th? I'm like, I want to have a party. And she goes, yeah, we're not doing that.
It's just so funny how we became a podcast and we're gaining traction.
But
we're talking about doing sponsorships. We've known each other for like 20
you and I
years.
have known each other for like 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, probably 15's closer.
Through the Volkswagen stuff.
And we weren't real close then even.
No.
Like we'd hang out at the car events, but that was it.
And that was it. And then you were coach at the gym.
I was going to say until my Krav gym merged with your CrossFit gym, I never knew where you lived.
Right.
And one day we walked in, I was like, I think I know him. And you were like, I think I know him.
I know that fat fuck.
It was like, well, I was less fat then.
You were less fat then. But
I
either
need to
way,
get back to that.
I just...
So yes, thank you.
I
After 2 years, I've
appreciate
garnered
you.
Your favor enough. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
To share that. This though,
You drive me fucking insane, but I appreciate you. I want to fire you every day, and I appreciate you.
Oh man, I'm waiting for the day where you're like, we're done, not that
Randy,
that podcast.
You're done.
You're done. Right. At that point, I'll just start my own show. I guess I don't know. I'd have even fewer listeners.
We'll figure it out, but we're gaining some traction. We're getting up there. So, what do you think? Go ahead.
Smell-wise?
Give me on the nose.
Now, this isn't bad, but we should have went the other way, I think.
We probably should have, but I started with the best.
I appreciate that. You were like,
I was like...
eat your dessert before your meal.
Yeah.
Don't save the best for last.
Here's your pie.
Now, here's the thing.
Now eat your steak.
Steak sounds so good right
Doesn't
now.
it?
So far today, I've had a sausage egg McMuffin for breakfast, and I've not eaten.
So fucking disgusting.
Yeah, well... It's a guilty pleasure. Every once in a while, like I won't eat McDonald's. Even with Beth and the kids, she's like, "Can we go through McDonald's?" I'm like, like I'm a fat dude, and I eat swill. Like I eat the Ancient Agent Benchmark and Jack Daniels of food.
See, I can't. I would rather go
get a griller roller item of Speedway than go to McDonald's.
If it was a choice between these are my only choices, I have to eat McDonald's or I have to spend 14 days out in the woods hunting a deer, I would hunt the fucking deer.
Well, deer's delicious. I'm with you.
It is.
I go for the deer.
I can get immediate food from McDonald's, or I can go spend 14 days out in the woods starving to death.
The only thing I love
looking for that deer.
The only thing I don't like a sausage McMuffin. It has to be with egg.
I can't do anything.
That's the only. And I get it. That's fine. But that's the like. I can eat other stuff from there, but I really try. Like it's just I don't like it. So. I don't know where we're going with that, but
it doesn't matter.
On the nose.
So give me your on the nose. What do you got?
This smells like the Aldi version of that. It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's different.
But I don't want a candle of this. I don't want this to be the scent of my my flavoring or my candy or whatever. It's different, but still good.
It's
good. It's just not as good.
So on the nose, I'm picking up a little bit of baking spice. I don't know what that baking spice is.
Nutmeg. That's what we always call it nutmeg.
We'll call it nutmeg. A little bit of baking spice.
We should start calling it paprika, cilantro. Like I just want to
I'm getting a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes. It's a little spicy.
It's good. I get a little bit of the spice.
I get a little bit of spice, but I get a little bit of like it's a combination between some toffee and almost like a strawberry Jolly Rancher. I know that sounds fucking weird.
It does, but I don't think you're wrong.
That's what I'm picking up.
Maybe I might be more watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Well, watermelon or strawberry, either one.
There's a little bit more of a candied smell to it.
It's got a candied smell to it over what the rye had. Now, they've both been double oaked. Or double barreled, I should say, not double oaked.
Yeah.
The one is literally called double oaked, but they've both been double barreled.
I was going to say, this is called double oaked.
The one we're having now is called double oaked. The other one was double barreled. One in a new oak barrel, and then in a toasty oak barrel.
Wait, read that label verbatim.
So the label verbatim says, intense wood spice dominate this unique rye whiskey.
No, I'm talking about the barrels.
I'm getting it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Starts in a standard new oak.
Okay.
Finished in a heavy toasted new oak.
Now, see, this one starts in new oak because it's a bourbon.
Yeah.
Finished in a heavily toasted, lightly charred barrel.
Right. So
they're pretty much the same, but
except for their mash bill. One is a rye. One is a corn whiskey.
So they're now age. We haven't talked aging, so I don't know. But as far as the barrel finish, they're about the same.
I don't know that this one doesn't have an aged label.
Dude, that's the best rye I've ever had. I wish you had 10 bottles of that because I would buy.
Trust me, I wish I had 10 bottles of it too.
That's
and when I bought it,
you didn't know that.
I didn't know that, and the shelf was just stacked,
just lined with them. Yeah,
but I wasn't about to spend $400 on 3 bottles.
Yeah, that's also true.
I mean, it wasn't cheap for a 375 milliliter bottle of that stuff. The double oak, on the other hand, is something I got for Father's Day last year.
Okay.
So,
Good gift.
Liz knows that I like obviously she knows I like my bourbons, my whiskeys. So her and the girls got me that. The year prior to that, they got me some OYO, which is here out of Columbus.
I don't think I've ever had that.
That's good stuff. I'll buy a bottle just so we can have that because I like what they have. But this double oak. So
okay, yeah. On the
so
nose,
back to this. So on the nose,
very good.
Very good. You're getting a little bit of I feel, or what I'm smelling, and by God, my nose is not anywhere near what it should be
it's
for
like
this.
allergy season too.
Yeah.
In Corona.
I'm getting, I get some vanilla. I get a little bit of, I think I said caramel or toffee. And a Jolly Rancher, I'm
getting a weird. Jolly Rancher is a good way to describe it. It's a weird sweetness.
It's a weird sweetness. I don't know if it's
like
strawberry.
Kind of
I said
candy,
strawberry.
like
but I don't know if it's strawberry or what.
or...
Yeah, it's very strange.
I kind of get. No, I think you're kind of right with the strawberry, which I've never smelled in anything we've done.
Yeah, so it's in our palates are evolving.
And people can't see me. I'll take a sniff and then hold it away for a few breaths and
blow out.
Bring it back. Trying to clear my nostril palate. As we do our ASMR nose noises.
It's weird.
It's
still
not bad though.
No,
it's just different. If I had to pick two candles and I smelled that one,
I'd take that one every day. I take the rye every day. I take the rye every day. The other thing I pick up on this is you can smell the alcohol in it.
Yes, definitely.
You can smell the alcohol.
The other one you couldn't.
So take a taste. Tell me what you think.
Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Great color.
I mean, it. You've got your beautiful amber look to it. So what do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Not versus this one yet.
No, you're right. I'm trying to judge fairly.
Just how do you feel about it?
For the price and availability, I like it.
All right.
Yeah, it's not bad. The fact that it's not, I mean, this is a larger bottle.
It is very much
readily available.
Yes.
$60, give or take.
About
55, 60. Not bad. Yeah, I'd say that's not ridiculous. It's we've definitely had worse. I think we've had better.
Oh, we definitely had worse.
We've had. Usually, it's something I recommend or break.
Usually, it's clear.
Yeah, well, dude, you know what? We're going to do it soon.
in pickle form.
Yeah, pickle. Oh, I have not touched the moonshine pickles since that episode, and that's been months.
So gross.
And I have another jar to bring somebody that's been sitting in my van, so it's got hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold.
Oh. All right.
But anyway, no, this isn't bad.
This is really good.
I like it. It's not as smooth, but again, price and availability,
it is a bit harsher than
that right
than
there.
the rye. That rye is so good.
If that was something that was readily available, I would suggest you and I just after this just hang out on your porch and enjoy it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. This I would almost put on par with it just because, and again, it's the price and availability thing. Now, taste wise,
this rye is unavailable.
I think they're worlds apart. But I'll never get that again. I had that today. I'll probably never have it again.
And here's the thing. So we're literally comparing apples to oranges. We're comparing a rye to a bourbon, a rye to a whiskey, or a rye to a bourbon. We're comparing something that is not available anymore to something that's readily available.
Right.
And we're comparing something that is from the exact same distillery.
Yeah, that's all really weird. I'm going to rate this one. I'm ready.
Yeah. So what do you got on the double oaked?
I am going to give this, now that I give a 4.
This you gave
which
a 4.
is outstanding on our rating system. If you're a long-time listener, if not, you'll soon learn. I'm going to give this a 3.
Okay.
I think it might be 3.5, but I'm just leaning towards 3. If this was a little bit, now again, I'm kind of a cheapskate. It's a little priced for my taste, but at the same time, I think it's fair. If that makes sense,
it is a very fair price.
I'm going to rate it at 3 and say this is exactly what it should be priced. I would like it a lot more cheaper, but I think it's a fair price, and it's a very good bourbon.
This is not your daily drinker.
No, this
isn't like a Weller Special Reserve.
This ain't a mixer. This ain't
or a Wild Turkey 101 or a Jack Daniels. This is something you buy and you drink it maybe once a month.
This would be something that I would want
do.
if somebody was to come to visit.
Yeah,
if you and the wife and kid, you and Liz and the kids came over and we had dinner, and then you and I went to the man cave, which I'll have in the new place. this would be something I'd pour us.
Right. This
isn't something I would just drink just to drink.
No, and I don't. Like that's the other part. Like I don't drink this to drink this. Like,
actually, you know what? I want to change mine. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I think it deserves a 3.5. I can't give it a 4 because I give that a 4, and 4 for me for either of us is outstanding.
That's outstanding.
But I am going to give this a 3.5. I think it's solid.
I'm at a 3.5 with this, so that's where I'm at because I keep one bottle on hand at all times. I don't go out and buy. Oh, I gotta buy it. I keep one bottle on hand at all times. I'm almost done with this bottle, which means it's time for me to go out and get another bottle.
Yeah.
It is not a Virgil Cane. It's not a 2-bitch.
But it's also readily available here in Ohio.
But it's available. I can walk into any Giant Eagle.
I've seen it a million times. I've never bought it.
And pick up a bottle, walk out with it, and be $50 lighter, $60 lighter. Yeah. But it's not something that I'm just going to, because of the price, I'm not going to go out and be like, yep, going to buy 4 bottles of this because I can.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a millionaire, maybe. But
well, I mean, we're talking to our demographic, and I'm assuming no millionaires.
Right.
Mark Cuban isn't listening to this podcast.
God, I wish he was because I'd love to have him on the show.
Oh, dude, he's.
I don't know what I'd talk to him about, but I would love to have him on the show.
Anything. I would talk to Mark Cuban about anything.
But like, what do you think about the trash situation in Ohio?
Him and Damon Johns are always my 2 favorite Sharks through all those seasons and all the people they've had on. They were my two like most solid favorite Sharks.
No, we have it.
But anyway,
we do have a connection, or at least I don't know how well you know Dale. I have a connection to the Shark Tank. Yeah. I mean, I know Dale King. He started.
See, I have a connection where I have
Doc
a friend
Spartan.
whose business partner is 2 steps away from the president. So our connections are very different.
Wow. Yeah. So
and I don't mean that in like a like humble brag way. That means I have no pull at all in any of that.
No.
But it's just the job that he has. His friend has a job that's 2 steps down from whoever the standing president is. That's not Trump. That's whoever the president is. So
I actually have that same connection.
And I've never met those people.
Oh, I have that same connection.
Or my connections are, hey, I can call somebody to get rid of a body.
Like if I need, just call me.
I have friends in low places.
I have a pond.
Right. I mean, girls were out fishing, pulled up a male about 38.
Nope. We got snagged. Got to cut that line.
Leave that one there, honey.
We'll just leave that one there. No, my cousin actually works in the government, and if I need to get passes,
you probably shouldn't say too much here.
I'm not going to say too much. But if I need to get passes to a White House store, I have a guy I can call.
Could you do it right now during a quarantine?
Yeah.
That would be impressive.
I probably could.
Get into the White House during a quarantine.
I probably could.
Do it.
No.
That would be an impressive.
So I don't actually talk to I don't talk to him that often. But Dale King was on Shark Tank. I know Dale.
Is that the Doc Spartan guy?
That was the Doc Spartan guy.
Yes, I love Doc Spartan.
Doc Spartan
I use it for my tattoo healing. I've used it for eczema.
Yes. So Doc Spartan is amazing. I know Dale.
I quote unquote know. I know of Dale.
I'm going to say Dale knows of me. I don't know that he knows me. But I know Dale. I know of Dale. I've talked to Dale. Him and I've had conversations when he first started Doc Spartan. I order their product. I use it every time I have a cut, a bruise, whatever. I put it on. I slice my goddamn finger open, prying it on a 1980s sinker. I got Doc Spartan on my finger. So every time I raise
Neosporin. Doc Spartan. I don't know, and I don't want to know. Whatever they make that with is magic.
It's
because it started here. You can see on my hand.
Yeah.
Every time the weather starts turning in the summer, I get eczema on just my right hand on my knuckles.
Put a little Doc Spartan on there.
I put some Doc Spartan on there. The only thing that's ever worked was the O'Keefe's working hands. Or Doc Spartan. And Doc Spartan's hands down the best.
Not to burst your bubble. It's essential oils.
Don't care.
I know. It's magic.
Made out of people like me. Essential workers.
Fucking magic.
You didn't see that meme.
I did. It is magic. So I love everything that those guys are doing. So if you need something, like if you need a Neosporin or something, check out DocSpartan.com.
Yes.
This is not a sponsored ad.
No, this just came up in conversation and we
conversation. Support local.
But
check out Doc Spartan. They're out of Portsmouth.
If you hear this and you want to throw money our way, we'll take it.
Yeah, I'll be glad I'll be glad to put it towards the equipment.
Well, this tattoo
purchased.
I got for our first daughter I lost, I used Doc Spartan to heal it. And that was when they first, and I bought it before because the eczema, and I saw it at True Fit Athletics, and I was like, oh, cuts and, tears in the skin, which a lot of weightlifters get.
Oh, yeah.
They were promoting it. Well, I was like, so I tried it on my eczema. Phenomenal. Which I haven't yet this year. I need to get my 10 back out.
I've got 3 or 4 bottles, or little lipstick containers.
I've got the 10.
I've got the little, like, chapstick containers.
Okay, yeah.
I've got 3 or 4 of them floating around here. I use them for every time I get every time I'm like doing pull-ups and I get a tear on a hand,
any kind of dryness.
Anytime, like I used them for both of my finger tattoos. Like the guy who did my tattoos, I got them done 3 years ago.
Yeah,
4 years ago. I went and met with him to do a podcast because he wanted to start doing podcasts. Obviously, it didn't take off. Fine, whatever. But he looked at the work that he did, and he's like, holy shit, he goes, it looks like I just did them.
Yeah, they still look good.
Like, they look like they haven't, and they're on my fingers. They're on the tops of my fingers, which is the worst place, other than getting it onto your palm or the underside of your hand. It is one of the worst places to get a tattoo.
Because you're always washing your hands.
You're always touching them, and he's like, they look amazing. He's like, I don't need it. He's like, he did a touch-up once just because I was in to do something else. Another tattoo, and he touched up the other one. But the Doc Spartan alone it is fucking phenomenal.
Well, this one here is 3 years old.
Right. I mean, well, that's where I'm at with both of my ring tattoos.
And this is the only color I have anywhere on my body. But the red still looks exactly, that's not faded. I had that red, color.
I can see it from here. We're 20 feet away.
Yeah, cursive writing, you can read the numbers, the letters. It's all crystal clear.
It is.
That's the only one I've used Doc Spartan on. This one I use Lubriderm or something. Yeah.
I can't say enough about Doc Spartan stuff. So anyway, check out Doc Spartan. Definitely not an ad. Just check them out anyway, because support local.
If you're
they're out of Portsmouth, Ohio.
Yeah, and if you're a human being that uses their hands, you get dryness in the winter, or eczema in the summer, or you get cuts, scrapes,
tears, like even tears. Like I've had tears where my calluses are for pull-ups and stuff in barbell work.
Yeah, me too.
I throw some. I mean, I throw some Doc Spartan on there. I wrap my hand up
from the
done.
recliner.
Yeah, I'm done. So anyway, definitely, if you see a bottle that is misshapen from Woodford Reserve, and I say misshapen because it's super thin, it feels like a fragile ass bottle, and I will post a picture up. It's a smaller bottle. Grab it, whatever it is, grab it, and then by the way, send us a message because I'll drive to wherever that is, and I will pick that bottle up. I don't care. Like I will spend money on this. This is one of those things like.
So if I find one, I should just buy it and then tell you.
Just buy it and then say, I got this bottle. I need $60. I'm like, cool, done. If it's $100, you can kiss my ass. I'm not spending that much on it. Definitely pick up the Double Oaked. Double Oaked is an amazing, amazing product.
Yeah, it's like, very good for the price.
It's
in availability.
It's completely different than what this lab, what I'm calling a lab test, whatever
labradoodle.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. It's different.
Yeah,
but comparing the 2 to the 2, the 1 to the 1
makes 4.
The 0 to 0. Comparing these two to each other, you can't. Like this is the shit that I'm always giving to Randy. Like, oh well, I like the Weller over this. Like you're doing apples to oranges.
Well, this for me is more of an availability. You're right. That is a totally different match.
Even if they were available,
whiskey. You're right.
Even if it's available, like I can go get a bottle of this. But I can go get a bottle of this.
We also review beer and give it the same donut rating. But this one,
beer across the board is beer.
Yeah, but we use the same rate system as we do everything else.
I get that.
So that's what I'm saying. Is every time we review, which our listeners know, our reviews mean jack squat at
diddly.
The end. It's, you may hear something, we give a 4-star and you hate it, and we give it a 2-star and you love it. It is what it is. We always say, find what you like, sip on it while listening to us. But if you find this bottle, honestly, that's one of the top.
You're not going to find this bottle. That's what I'm saying. To me, if you find a bottle like this,
that there to me is
rabbit.
That 2-Bitch and Virgil Kane are the 3 best we've had on this show.
Absolutely.
2 years.
Like
in 2 years' time, that's top 3.
You can't beat this.
Yeah.
For what it is.
You can tie it.
You can tie it, but you can't beat it.
That's phenomenal. That's the best I've had out of Woodford. That's the best I've had out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
That covers everything in Kentucky.
Yeah. That.
Well, Ocean Voyage 3.
See, and that's the thing, though. Like,
but we'll never get that again.
No longer available ever.
Never. And I wish, to this day, had I known they were going to change so much to these, because now I think they're now on Voyage 20.
They're on 20
I think
something.
they're bottling 19. They're shipped like 20s traveling around the world or something. Something like that. Because I've seen 19 in stores. I wish, if I knew now, then what I know now, I would have bought that bottle off my buddy and stored it until a day like this, where we've had a couple years to really expand our palates.
If you had known now, know now to know then, you would have bought more than one bottle.
Oh, absolutely. Because that voyage,
you would have stocked up. You would have bought everything. Like,
yeah,
if that is your number 5, you would have been like, give me all 6 bottles of that.
Yeah. And that would have been a good investment, because I think I could make money on it today.
Potentially.
Because everybody's saying the Voyages now are good, but they're not what they used to be.
They're not.
So,
well, and I think I had
to buy it.
I think I had Voyage 16.
Yeah. You said you were in like the mid to late teens.
It wasn't anything to write home about. It was just like Randy's like, oh, I did it, and my brother-in-law bought it, and he's a big cognac guy. Like, the Macedonian culture is cognac. Like, that's what they like. So he was like, well, we're moving more into bourbon. I'm trying to get my dad into bourbon. I talked to you. I heard that you really like, that your other guy likes the Jefferson's Ocean. So we picked up this bottle. It's Voyage 16. And I'm like, I'm in. I'll try it. I wasn't as sold on Voyage 16 as you are on Voyage 3.
Right. Like, it wasn't bad, but it
wasn't bad. Like, I definitely buy it.
4 or 5 donuts.
I would buy it again if I had the extra $100 just laying around to buy it. But it wasn't like, holy shit, I can taste the sea salt. I can get the caramel. This tastes like something that I can chew on. Like, I'm just like, oh, this is really good. It was good. The reality is, the Hennessy they had sitting there
was better.
Wow.
And see, I may someday get a Voyage 1920, Voyage 29. I don't know. And go, yeah, this is only a 3 or 3.5, where my Voyage 3 was 5. Like, Voyage 3 at the time. Now, again, I had Virgil Cane. I'd never had any 2-bitch. I never had this Woodford.
But that's the privilege of our show.
It is. And our tastes change. I think there are things that if we look back on what we tried 2 years ago, we may try to get and give it a higher or lower rating. Because I think
maybe we should do that. Maybe we should go back and look at some of the stuff that we've had and see how we rate it then versus we rate it now.
That might be interesting to do an episode like that.
Because my Virgil Cane, that ginger is off the chain.
Yeah, that's one of the best we've had.
The pack leader reserve for version 1 versus version 2, there was a huge difference between those two, and I think you had both of them.
I believe so.
I think you had both of them. I think we decided that 2 was better than 1.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, I'm with you on that.
But like the Virgil Cane stuff, so like I'm gonna leave 2-bitch out of this little rating because they are so small and niche as a craft distillery, and I love those guys.
Oh, I love them so much. I honestly, I wish, I know they are my favorite. I wish they would come to Ohio.
They're working on it. I will say they're working on it.
They've been very nice to us.
I've been in talks with them. They're working on it. They're trying to get into Ohio. They're trying to expand.
Right. Well, that's the goal, right?
Which
you want
is
to be everywhere.
Which is the goal. So, but they are a small
and that's
craft
what I can
distillery.
say. We rated it high, even though it wasn't available here.
No.
So that says volume.
That says a shitload. Like that's like if you're going out to Vegas or Arizona,
me, if I can't get it, if I can't walk out in small town Ohio and get it, I rate it pretty low.
Right.
I'd like that. That'll take half a point to a point off.
So
based on that alone, but that was one. It's phenomenal. They should be in every shelf.
They have 3 different versions of what they make. They have their Eureka Gold, small batch with bite,
which I like,
and pack later reserve,
which you liked,
I love.
We both like both. I like the bite of the Eureka Gold.
No, you like the Eureka Gold.
Yeah.
The small batch with bite is their everything. And their pack leader reserve is literally a limited run.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm all about that. Like, if I can get pack leader reserve number 3 when it comes out,
on it.
Yeah. I'm on it. Virgil Cane, on the other hand, they have their ginger, which is readily available.
I love that. That makes a great
martini.
Or what do we call it? Man fashion.
Man fashion. But they have their Roundhouse.
Yes.
They have Electric Owl.
The Roundhouse I love.
And they have Ash Cat, which are all limited run stuff.
Yeah.
Those are all off the chart fantastic.
Yeah, those were all between
I had Roundhouse the other day just because.
Yeah.
Because I have another bottle sitting there that I can make sure that I have access to.
I'm going to take that when I leave today.
You are going to have to fight me for it.
I'm too tired.
But I have Ash Cat. I have one bottle Electric Owl. And Electric Owl by far out exceeds any of the expectations. And we've done it on the show.
Mm-hmm. It
is crazy how good it is.
Yeah.
Like,
I put this on shelf with all of those.
This rye, barrel finished rye, is right up there with the Electric Owl. It's right up there with the pack leader reserve. It is on par with that out of a huge distillery.
In Kentucky.
We're talking about in Kentucky. We're talking about 2 small craft distilleries versus a huge distillery.
That aren't available everywhere.
Yeah. I would put this up there with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. This is good.
Double barreled, double oaked is good.
Or double barrel finished select double oaked.
Double oaked is good.
Get it if you see it.
The barrel finished rye.
If you get that,
fucking amazing.
Or anything about it looks like that. I'm gonna start looking for those bottles.
Any bottle you see like this,
yeah.
It doesn't matter because it's never going to be It may never be this barrel finished
unless
rye.
It's been sitting there for 2 years.
It may say barrel finished rye. It's not going to be this barrel finished rye.
Yeah, it's like that Evan Williams I got.
Right.
That single barrels, that run, that year, that's it. The next year single barrel could be completely different.
The double oaked comes in this bottle.
Right.
So anything you see in this particular bottle, grab it. End of story. Yeah. I don't give a shit. What you see in this little 3.75 milliliter bottle, grab it.
I'd agree with you.
It's off the chain.
That is way above and beyond any other rye we've ever talked about or tried. And it is up there with some of the favorite bourbons we've had.
And with that, Catoctin Creek, everything they do is a rye.
Yeah, they were good.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
This, I hate to say it, Catoctin Creek, you guys do an amazing product. This beats that.
I would put it over it. I'm with you.
We did put it over it.
It's hard to say that because we did. Catoctin Creek was phenomenal.
It was amazing.
Still a huge fan of theirs. Still. If you're in an area where you get Catoctin Creek, you see it, get it.
If you're in Virginia,
don't buy
state
stuff
of Virginia.
You get back in Ohio. If you're down there,
just
get
pick it up.
Creek, unless you see a bottle of this on their shelves.
Well, pick them both up. I will say pick them both up.
Yeah,
because Catoctin Creek is amazing. I just had another glass the other night.
I saw it, dude.
It's like,
I see your post. Amazing. I don't always respond to them. And I saw it, and I was like, oh,
son of a bitch.
I'm so sad. I mean, I've got a little bit, but I've not got the rare stuff. You know, I don't have the Virgil Cane.
And I'm working. I want to work towards getting this show so that when we reach out to a distillery,
we can get something.
They send us 2 bottles.
We
have a bottle fantastic. We test.
And then
I can send you home with a bottle. I can send you home with, and I'll keep the test bottle. You don't want to
say that.
I'll send you home with the test bottle, and I'll keep the other bottle.
The open bottle.
But it's. I mean, the reality is we have had distillers send us bottles.
We have. Yep.
For testing purposes for this show.
Yep. Just for the show.
If you are out there, no, they didn't have to. They did it out of their heart.
Very grateful, and honestly, the ones that have sent us bottles have been some of our favorites anyway.
Right.
And it's not even about a price thing. It's when we rate these, I don't rate them on they sent it to us, so we should give them a good score.
No.
It was Dewclaw. We tasted the Dewclaw that you love. You love Dewclaw.
I love Dewclaw.
But that honey blueberry,
honeysuckle blackberry sour was awful.
It was awful. And I tried it. And I gave you an honest opinion. You said, dude, dump it out. And I said, no, I'm not wasting. And you were like, dump it out.
Dump it out. If you don't like it,
it's not
dump
good.
it.
So it's not even about, well, they give it to us for free.
I just dumped a beer the other night.
We're going to be, in those that know me, you know me, my close friends and family, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
If something sucks, if you're a small distillery or a small brewery and you send us something that sucks, we're going to be honest. But in the end, it's always our opinion. But we're going to be very truthful and upfront about it. So far, those that have sent us stuff, like Catoctin, like Two Bitch, have been great.
Amazing.
Like
not even great, amazing.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
The Catoctin cast strength.
Oh, so good.
So it's amazing. And then we got a bottle of it wasn't cast strength. I can't think of what it is right now. A friend of mine gave me a bottle of that. I tried to pay him for it. He was like, yeah, I'm not taking your payment. He goes, you send me a Venmo. He goes, I'm going to reject it.
Yeah, so see, then it's not like the distillery's trying to bribe us.
Right.
Or the brewery or whoever.
It was so good. Like,
Yeah.
It was just like, I was like, holy shit. Like, I want to pay him for it. And he's like, and then I made a comment the other day about one of the brand reps from Catoctin Creek having like this huge collection of Catoctin Creek. And I'm like, oh, if only I was in VA. And his response was, dude, I'm in VA. I'm like, nah, but I don't like you. Like, that was my response. Like, I'm like, I don't like you. You won't let me pay for the whiskey that you're going to send me.
Oh, you're talking about your friend, not the brand rep.
Not the brand rep. My friend.
You're talking about your friend, yeah.
My friend. Yeah. I'm like, you won't let me pay you.
Yeah, you don't want to take advantage of your friend.
I don't take advantage of people.
Right.
So, but
now if a brand rep says I'm in VA, come get all you want, I'll be like, heck yeah.
I'll be over.
He ain't paying for it either.
I'll be here in 6 hours.
Right. On our way.
On my way, and the S5 doesn't have brakes right now, so we're on our way.
So we are not stopping.
We're not stopping. We're gonna hit the distillery head on. Just, if you want to send us a bottle, reach out. I'll be more than happy to take a bottle or 2 bottles. We will give you our honest opinion. Like, that's one of the things that I think that we pride ourselves on. We do not give a shitty opinion on something. Like, it won't be falsified. Definitely check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We've been more active on Instagram as I've been putting stories out there on the Tiger King. And if you haven't watched the Tiger King, you need to check this shit out.
We're supposed to talk about that.
I know. We're like an hour into the show.
Do I just say my Insta, Google, Twistagram?
There you go.
Okay.
Carol Baskins killed her husband.
Absolutely.
Epstein didn't kill himself. Check us out on, you can shoot us an email. Don't check us out. Shoot us an email at buckhornpodcast@gmail.com. We're open to anything. Like, don't just feel like, oh, well, I got to send this. If you have an opinion.
Or a funny article.
Or whatever it is.
Us to review or read or, anything.
Shoot it over. We'll take a look at it. I don't care. Most of the stuff we're going to start posting up everything that we find that whether we talk about it on the show or not, it's going up on Facebook. And if you'd like to support the show, whether it be $1 or $20,000
or $1 million
or $1 million, I did the little pinky and the edge of the face thing, mouth, like Dr. Evil. Yeah. $1 million. You can hit us up on Venmo. It's Brandon-Martelle, Martelle, just in case anybody has any issues spelling that, on Venmo. So do that thing.
Do it.
With that, I'm Martelle, he's Randy, and we're out.
Peace.
Pinkies up.